Before getting started, one request: like, comment, and subscribe this channel to bring more such videos.
Ever feel like your notes are just a jumbled mess, like you're drowning in information?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
But what if there was a way to actually make them work for you?
Hmm.
Well, we're going to dive into that today, talking about AI agents in Obsidian, specifically a plugin called Copilot, and it's getting a pretty exciting upgrade.
Right. Copilot Plus.
That's it.
I've been hearing a lot of buzz about that.
Yeah, it's been making waves over on the Obsidian subreddit, which is actually our source for this deep dive.
Always a good source.
Yeah.
Users there are pretty on the cutting edge of, personal knowledge management and all that.
Absolutely. And they're really excited about the possibilities. So we're going to try to get to the bottom of, like, what does it even mean for an AI to be, quote, agentic in the context of note-taking?
Yeah, it sounds almost like a research partner,
Right. Not just, like, helping you write, but actually understanding what you're writing.
Right, and then surfacing, like, the most relevant information when you need it.
Exactly. One user in the thread was talking about how they're excited to basically ask their notes, give me a recap of my week, or what were all my ideas back in August?
It's pretty interesting.
And the crazy thing is, that's exactly what Copilot Plus is designed to do.
Wow.
Imagine, like, you're working on some big project, super tight deadline, the drill.
Oh, yeah?
And Copilot Plus can actually analyze your progress based on your notes and then even, like, suggest if you need to adjust your pace
Oh, wow.
to hit that deadline.
That's kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
Right. And that's kind of what we're talking about when we say agentic. It's not just passive. It's like this AI is able to actually act based on the context of your notes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But usually all this fancy AI stuff comes with, a pretty hefty price tag, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
But that's what's even more interesting.
Okay.
Users in the thread were actually reassuring each other that the cost of Copilot Plus is going to be surprisingly affordable.
Ooh, wow, that's awesome. That's a win for accessibility for sure.
Totally. And speaking of accessibility, one of the features that really jumped out at me was local vault search.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one, right?
Huge, because so much of AI relies on sending our data, up to the cloud. But Copilot Plus can actually analyze your notes right there on your device.
Right, locally. So that really addresses that big concern about privacy, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for people who, really value their data security,
Right.
knowing that their notes are staying personal, that's got to be a huge plus. And actually, that focus on privacy leads to another super interesting feature,
Okay.
which is the combination of full text search, the
Yeah.
kind we're used to,
Right.
with what they're calling vector search.
Okay, now break that down for me. What is vector search and what's so special about it?
All right, so think of it this way. Traditional search, it's just looking for matching keywords, right? But vector search, it actually understands the meaning and the relationships between the concepts in your notes,
Yeah.
regardless of the specific words you use.
Yeah.
So, it's like a whole different level of understanding.
It's not just matching words. It's like understanding the nuances of
Right.
what I'm trying to find.
Exactly. Like having a research assistant who actually gets what you're thinking,
Yeah.
even if you can't quite articulate it.
Right. And it gets even more impressive because the developers have also hinted that multimodal search is in the works,
Multimodal search, huh?
which means you'll eventually be able to search not just text,
Right.
but images and charts within your notes.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
So, like, I could be working on some project with, sketches, diagrams, pages of notes, and Copilot Plus could connect all of that.
Yeah, that's the goal. Imagine being able to ask, show me all the notes related to this image, or
Yeah.
like find the connections between this chart and, my brainstorming session last week.
Wow.
It's like having an AI that can actually see the big picture across all your different types of content.
That's amazing. But I mean, isn't this all still a bit like futuristic?
It's definitely cutting edge, but what's interesting is that the discussion on Reddit suggests that some of these features are actually already possible with Copilot, even before the Plus version is officially released.
Oh, really?
Yeah, users are already experimenting with referencing specific notes or folders and then asking the AI to, analyze them. So the developers really focused on making this technology, usable today.
Yeah, and that kind of user feedback is so valuable, right? Okay, so back to the Reddit thread. One thing that kept coming up was the potential of Copilot Plus to integrate with other tools, specifically like web search and the ability to convert YouTube videos to markdown. It's like having this super powered research assistant that can like gather information from anywhere and then plop it right into your Obsidian Vault.
Right into your notes, ready to go.
Exactly. And think about that YouTube integration.
Oh, yeah.
Total game changer.
Especially for like content creators or people who are, learning new things.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine watching a video and having Copilot Plus just like not only transcribe it, but then pull out the key points, turn them into notes.
Right.
You could easily create your own content or, study materials from those notes.
Absolutely. And it makes that whole process of like transferring knowledge from one place to another so much more seamless.
So much easier.
Yeah. And one user even suggested using Copilot Plus to generate like mind maps from markdown notes.
That's interesting.
I know.
Right.
We talk about like seeing the big picture.
Yeah.
It would be incredible for visualizing these, complex ideas.
It really highlights how AI is like changing the way we even think about our notes, right? We're not limited to just linear text anymore.
Right.
We can actually use AI to create these visual representations that can help us, unlock new insights and make new connections.
Yeah. Absolutely. So taking a step back, I mean, what does all of this mean? Based on what we're seeing in this Reddit discussion, it seems like Copilot Plus has the potential to just completely transform how we take notes and manage our knowledge.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. It's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible,
Sure.
Combining this idea of like agentic AI with local processing for privacy and this like real focus on user experience. I mean, it's really exciting.
And you can tell like the whole Obsidian community is buzzing with anticipation.
Oh yeah, they're ready to dive in and start experimenting for sure.
Yeah. Eager to see how AI can take their personal knowledge workflows to that next level.
It's a good reminder that we're really at the forefront of this like revolution in how we interact with information.
Absolutely.
AI agents like Copilot Plus, I mean, they're just the beginning. And it feels like the possibilities are truly limitless.
So the next time you're staring at a mountain of notes feeling completely overwhelmed,
just
remember what we've talked about today and remember the possibilities. What if your notes could be more than just text on a page?
Yeah.
What if they could actually become like a conversation partner, helping you unlock insights you didn't even know were there?
That's a great way to put it.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and let's see what amazing things we can create together.